Hi YouTube. So I wanted to revisit my Subox Mini. I've been using this now for a couple of months, probably 3 months, something like that. And I thought, do you know what? I've been using this probably out of all of my devices, probably one of the most out of any of them. And I thought I'd share my thoughts on how it's got on with wear and tear, general everyday use, etc., etc. So it is the first edition, obviously not the Nano version, which has come out relatively recently, but it is the first K-Box Mini or Subbox Mini with the matching black. I've forgotten what it's called. The matching black sub-tank Mini, and the version 2 with the 2 air slots. I have to say, this has got to be my favourite tank, bar none at all. I have used the sub-tank Nano. I've used the regular sub-tank. Excuse me. I've used the regular sub-tank Mini, and this is without doubt the best one. I like the way that it looks. I think it's cool. I put a small little friction fit drip tip on the top instead of the usual black one which comes with it, because I think that looks cool. And yeah, it's a lovely little package. It's so neat. Take out the charging cable. So neat to be carrying around in your pocket. So so handy, and I think it works really nicely. It has got some serious scratching up. It has got beaten up throughout the time that I've had it, but that's what a mod's for, really. I think it's for using. So let's have a little toot and see whereabouts we are. I'm going to put the wattage down a little bit, actually. Let's drop it down to about 20. That should be fine. And yeah, you're never going to go blow massive clouds like you are on a cloud chasing atomizer, but it provides a very satisfying vape. I have had not a single problem with juices that I put through this. The wick holes are absolutely huge. You can see it in there, and actually I'll get a wick out. These are the bottom these are the vertical coil organic cotton wicks. So it came with some of those wicks, and they were a little bit harder to find for a little while. So you use the the horizontal coils, but if you can see in there, no, probably not. You can see in there though that it is a vertical coil as opposed to horizontal, which means that you can take it up to higher wattages without burning, and that's just what I found. I haven't got any particular wisdom around that. It just seems to work better. So yeah, it wicks everything. What am I using at the moment? I'm using the Dreamer, and do you know what? I think this is a 70-30 blend. It's definitely not a particularly low PG/VG mix, but yeah, this is handling absolutely fine. Let's excuse me. Let's just have a little look, and you can see some of the dings and scratches, and see what your thoughts are. But come on, let's have a peek, shall we? Right. So let's just take it apart. In terms of the top, I think you'll agree, actually, for something which you're using all the time and you are battering every single day, the top has held up very, very well. And in comparison with some other devices that I have, it's lasted really well. The coating seems to be good and solid. It gets scratched a little bit around the button there, a little bit around the charging port, and lots more where you put the mod down at the bottom. But other than that, pretty good. A little bit of paint coming off at the top and a scuffing there, but again, to be expected. I'm not particularly careful with my mods. I tend to just stick them in a pocket with keys in, and it still works absolutely fine. The connection up there is absolutely fine. Maybe do with a little bit of a clean, but I don't think that's vital at this point. And yeah, it works excellently. Let me just put this battery, sorry, it's the other way around, this battery back in. If you put the back panel back on the wrong way, that is where you get a little bit more of a gap. So you always know that it is on the right way when there is no gap. No problems with buttons. The buttons have been absolutely fine. Nice, strong, clicky buttons that do a great job. And then the tank, again, all fine. Nothing particularly new to report. The coating is pretty damn solid. I think there's only just the one scratch on there. But otherwise, really good. I love this device. I think it's a great tank. So look, there you go. Potentially not the most interesting video in the world. Hopefully not the worst video in the world, but I thought I would do a little couple of months down the line review to say, yes, this device still works. It still does exactly what it's supposed to do. I have had absolutely zero problems with this device in any of the configurations that I've had it. So I always tend to use it with this tank. But if I put a dripper on there, then it works absolutely fine as well. The only downside is that it will only read down to a certain resistance, unlike things like the VTC Mini, which is a clear competitor, if I'm completely honest. An absolutely clear competitor. This will read ohms lower and it will fire lower. But other than that, the only difference really is this has no spring-loaded 510, whereas this one does. So it fits things on better if you have more protruding center pins or shorter atomizers. But yeah, that's what I've got. Thank you very much indeed for watching. And thank you very much for all the continued comments. We've got over 50 subscribers now, which is fantastic. I never thought that would happen. It's it's just a surprise, but I suppose people like to hear what I have to say, or I hope they do. But thank you very much indeed. Take care. Bye.